Leaving our wonderful Grand Hotel in the morning, we head out to begin our day's activities, exploring Oslo. We're going to start out this day with a visit to an outdoor sculpture garden. And you can get there by public tram, which is very convenient. They have frequent tram service, and there's a major line that goes right out there along another very pleasant shopping street. Now you can buy an individual ticket for a single tram ride, or like in our case, we have the Oslo Pass. This is good for all day, 24 hours, and you can ride any of the buses or trams, and it gives you admission to various attractions and a lot of discounts. So the Oslo Pass is really a very good deal. And these trams are comfortable. They're smooth, they're riding on rails right in the city streets. No problem mixing with the traffic there. Bicycles going by, pedestrians, easy access to the tram. And it brings us by some of these nice shops, and there's even a vegetarian restaurant we noticed, Krishna Cuisine, one of the rare places for vegetarian food. Now the tram brings you within a few blocks of Vigeland, and then you could walk the rest of the way or hop a bus. Since we've got our Oslo Pass, there's no further charge, and the bus was coming right along with frequent service, so we hopped on the bus to ride a couple more blocks, and it delivers us right to the gate of the Vigeland Park. So it makes for a lovely ride to get there, maybe 20 minutes from downtown. Vigeland Sculpture Park is often cited as Oslo's top attraction, so it should not be missed. This park has an amazing collection of 200 statues by Gustav Vigeland, arranged in one of the world's most interesting outdoor sculpture gardens. Even those who don't care much for statues will find that this is a worthwhile expedition because the subjects are people and human emotions, which have universal appeal. You approach the statues through a beautiful park of broad green lawns lined with poplar trees, and then reach a bridge that has 58 different bronze sculptures of naked people, showing powerful emotions through body language and facial expression. As you approach towards the center of the park, if you're here at the right season, you will find a beautiful array of colorful flowers leading you on. So you have this combined impact of the beautiful statues and a lovely green park with majestic trees scattered all through it. So there's something for everybody here. The pastoral setting in a large green park also enhances the experience of enjoying these statues. Be sure to find the most famous piece along the south side of the bridge, the Angry Boy, his face contorted with rage and his little fists clenched in fury. Curiously, Gustav Vigeland, who lived from 1869 to 1943, is little known outside of Norway because hardly any of his sculptures ever left the country. So the viewer will be surprised and delighted by the absolute genius of this work. It's a breathtaking ensemble that can be considered one of the world's great collections of sculpture. Vigeland's major sculptural theme is the family, with parents and children coming to life, loving, playing, crying, running, fighting, hugging, and interacting at all stages of birth, growth, and death. The epic struggle of good and evil is another of the many themes expressed in bronze and stone. A climactic crescendo is reached at the center of the sculpture park with the great fountain supported by 6 giants representing the ages of man, and towering above it all, slightly beyond, the huge monolith. 55 feet tall, this stone obelisk has 121 naked, larger-than-life, writhing human figures carved into this single piece of granite. A team of craftsmen worked under the artist's supervision for 14 years, transferring 1 million measurements from his model to transform the 270-ton granite block into this amazing totem pole of the human condition. And arrayed in a circle around the monolith are 36 groups of statues on different levels connected by steps and platforms. And people love to climb on these statues and pose for pictures, and it's quite okay. They're carved out of the hardest granite and they're not going to be damaged. There are several steel gates with expressive outlines of human figures that serve as symbolic boundaries enclosing this central complex. Vigeland did not discuss or even explain his work, but rather invites viewers to make their own interpretations. Perhaps Vigeland was trying to compensate for his own troubled family life with these themes, because he did not get along very well with his father, who drank a lot, or with his first wife and 2 children, whom he left early on. But as a child, he spent much time with his grandfather on a farm, and this warm relationship is depicted in many of the statues of friendly old men playing with children. Vigeland studied in Copenhagen and then Paris, where he met Rodin and was inspired by this great sculptor. It took him 40 years to complete this brilliant ensemble. As you closely examine the statues in bas-relief around the base of the large central fountain, you will see they depict the stages of the life cycle in a chronological order, through childhood and then finally death, which begins again that cycle with birth right nearby. It's quite a creation. And you could also visit the nearby Vigeland Museum, which was built by the city for the artist to use as his home and workshop. Today it displays models of nearly all of his work and has thousands of sketches and other memorabilia from Vigeland's life. The city supported the artist, and in return, he donated all of his work to Oslo for the sculpture park and the museum. After you tour Vigeland Park, you might continue on your own to further explore this attractive neighborhood. You might also consider continuing by bus directly out onto the Vigeland Peninsula, which is only about a 15 to 20 minute bus ride away, to visit the series of important museums located here on the peninsula, including the Norwegian Folk Museum. Oslo has a terrific public transportation system that will greatly help you cover the many sights of town. You can get around by bus, tram, underground metro, or boat.